He was good.
Tim Duncan in
Well,
my top five. I have a long history related to me hating
okay.
Karl Malone, and it all has to do with three of my favorite players and how his career ended. So like you touched on like what he did to
Yeah.
Isaiah. So that was like my first strike with Karl Malone. Like that started my hatred for him.
Right.
So then like years later, um they had this thing going on where he when Magic Johnson first tested positive for HIV,
Mm.
uh he was like one of the first people that was like, I ain't playing basketball around
Yep, I remember that.
because of this. And that I don't know why that I was already mad about the Isaiah stuff. So then you go a little later on, um, he actually knocked out Tim Duncan. He knocked Tim Duncan unconscious with like an elbow one
What?
game. Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
have to
one
look that
game.
up.
He he knocked Duncan out conscious. So like every few years, Karl Malone used to do something to make me hate him, and then this was what culminated it right here. This was in the '90s, and Grant Hill, another one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was geeked about that. I want to see what goes on the dunk contest. The last game before the Pistons, before All Star Weekend, the Pistons was playing the Jazz, and John Stockton was at the top of the key shooting a three. Grant ran and jumped up to try and block it, and Karl Malone got in between them and ducked and undercut Grant
Oh,
Hill. And Grant ended up falling and landing on his wrist. And then he decided he wasn't gonna get in the dunk contest. So I was like, you know what? I really hate Karl Malone now
oh.
because he didn't gave Isaiah stitches. He
That
did not Duncan unconscious.
that's two strikes against Detroit. Period.
So you know what was the ultimate good feeling for me when he went to the Lakers to get a ring,
Oh boy.
and we ended up playing the Pistons for the he ended up playing us for the circle for me that the Pistons stopped him from getting a
Yeah.
championship, and he retired after that. I was so happy that
Yeah.
the Pistons was able to stop him from getting a ring
Boy, because that was his
because I
last.
hated Karl Malone.
That was his last run. That was his last